Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are studying the chapter Reproduction in Plant. It is chapter number 5 and it is on page number 40. So far we have studied about sexual reproduction in plant that involves the processes pollination and fertilization. Now we are going to learn about another topic, that is germination. Now what is germination? When the seed gets enough water, warmth and air, it begins to grow in a new plant. This process is called germination. First we will talk about the inside of a seed. Every seed has a miniature plant or embryo. The embryo consists of miniature root or radicle. The embryo also consists of miniature shoot or plumule. Embryo consists of one or two seed leaves called cotyledon. The cotyledon provides the seed with the food. Around the embryo is a tough seed coat, the testa. Now let's talk about what happens to a seed when it is sown in soil. We are taking the example of a broad bean seed. When it is put in soil and the soil is given water, the seed takes in water and begins to swell. When the pollen tube entered the ovule, it made a hole in it. The water is taken inside the seed through that hole. Then the embryo starts to grow. The first thing to appear from the seed is the radicle or miniature roots. The roots grow downward into the soil and root hair starts to appear on it. The root hair absorbs water and dissolved minerals from the soil. Next, a young shoot or plumule starts to grow upward towards the light. When it is above the ground, small leaves can be seen on the shoot. Food is provided to the seed with the help of cotyledon until the leaves start making their own food. There are special conditions for germination to take place. The special conditions are the correct temperature, enough water, air or oxygen. If the correct or suitable conditions are not met, the seed is not going to grow into a new plant. It will remain dormant or in resting stage. Some seeds can remain dormant for about 50 years. In history, seeds 3000 years old are also made to germinate. The last topic that we have to study in this chapter is asexual reproduction. Most plants with flowers reproduce sexually, but some flowers can also reproduce asexually. Now what is asexual reproduction? In asexual reproduction, plants are produced that look exactly like their parent plant because the new plant is produced from the parent's body. What is the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction? In sexual reproduction, both male cell and female cell are fertilized, while in asexual reproduction, the new plant is produced from the parent's plant body. In sexual reproduction, we can breed new variety of plants with features we want to keep. In asexual reproduction, plants are produced that resemble the parent plant. There are many different kinds of asexual reproduction in plants, like tubers, runners, rooting branch, cuttings, etc. First, we are going to talk about tubers. Potato plants are not grown from seeds, but instead we plant potato tubers. A tuber is an underground stem that is swollen with food. Each tuber has eyes on it. When the potato with eyes on it is planted, a root and shoot starts to appear from the bud. The roots and shoot are able to grow quickly because of the food stored in tubers. Potato tubers can grow and form new tubers which are swollen with stored food. Runners. Some plants like strawberry plant will send out stems that grow just above the surface of the soil. Buds form at intervals along these runners and new strawberry plant can grow from the bud. Rooting branch. Some plants like bramble plant sends out long woody branches which eventually drop low towards the soil. When one of the branches touches the soil, the buds at the end of it grows root and shoot which eventually makes a new bramble plant. Cuttings. In some plants, when the branch or stem is cut off and placed in soil or water, roots will grow from the cut stem and eventually form a new plant. I hope you learned a lot from these lectures. Thank you.